ajenga no kwan so ana ai abrantie bi e friend Kofi Adu wa chese wa bie fried rice joint kama pa na medru ya no bisa me se pacho se chira innocent beba na me se na se why timetable ne kura na ono me hwe wo ye selection or Tuesday Hopeson Adorye na wabehwe Thursday bra be careful you see your friend Kofi Adu na bisa answer do ye jakwa abusuani ana anything on paper chow send your timetable no tie no pepe or no ready morning show no guess e ba so nyina nti or no do pay Thursday and Tuesday hey already yagobo ma hu mu me so mama mo anu aduro se me be feel Wednesday ni Friday ni Monday na aka no aka ho ama mo pepe you know sense ba ko de
nyame adon be ndan
ye de nyame ase na de nsuo na ha adwen
oh yeah
aha adwimpo ya see a pensuo tonso aye nsɛmɔne a yedi a yetutu bola go rough ti ye gatas ni yiri a na fa ye sesu
crowd there some of these things about perennial or some sort of annual way
as a ritual be
unfortunately we don't seem to have any solution for it, and that is the challenge because so to a man for year our cry and easy so muna ya were doing one prank fear the probabilities of by and I wouldn't fear high.
Hey, innocent, also the say there.
And so when one coffee, I'll bet my a car with Tim and Sweaty, who said cars and swat cars and go got them. So you can imagine it's sad, and I think that's why we've got into in a national way. I think there's some of these things, yet to be taken care of, but.
Okay, there are a lot on our table this morning, and see, you better come in terms of you bet me, I'm making sure say you bet me, I share topics in Omar Mohammed, where is Solo, but Solo Beba next week? Why? Solo next week, or buy a Mumisani the NTR, or buy a week we are
alternating guest.
Alternative or buy a Mumisano, more the Bamasua, now for Mamma watching me into Omar Mohammed, or say Ivan is here, where is Solo, Pacho Solo next week, or Baba Mobisano Zakusano. They say, yeah, the Koya Nima any side. All right, good morning. You know, sir, yes, I see with DSTV issues, yeah. I say, me kind of say, no agent, how will crum her. O company be on watching the TV station, yes, subscribe to, and also have a national conversation. Because your Minister for Communication, Eddie Nwako Jim, and see, say, so far, baby, you're doing yes, yeah, prizes in the Honomwa. Canada na kai entumu na ebeba na ebem wanya additional channels no ye free over we the same amount but you get additional channels any premium dey keka ho so the whole conversation I bebre na multi choice for the press release aba and actually no multi esi Sam George achi I say no credit bi nkoso between o money minister I don't know if sana me hu na
I think that's omudi ne ho fell and now say the media publicity no munya and na pa yete ha issue the whole TV to discuss to them advert marketing tool or monya because you bo omudi for free they are not paying you understand because say Donald Trump o share ne name na say no say okọ your friend is saying any of the big newspaper like Washington Post I'm find a picture to any way manner they will charge him around $100,000 but Okono can say who no carry free. If you read one of his books it's funny so I think that is a strategy free advertisement and or more enjoy but I think me issues we very often may share from a very different angle. I think all these things are happening because of weak institutional framework. All things being equal. And yes, Sam George and DSTV and there's more a battle this particular thing in the public square. Senkaya war proper framework structures in foreign companies winning as a for backroom they are regulated within the perimeters of these frameworks. I am not sure you'll be here because pricing regime, pricing modalities, everything will be clearly spelled out. What we need to do, what I want to mean, all these things will be clearly spelled out. But Enam said, you have a weak institutional framework. Now, you employ any strategy and be available just to evade the system and win. In the course of this negotiation, DSTV for a assembly and Minyam who so be a cratne TV so I can't want them that. Abraham Sam George and negotiating, they told him, say, Onjai, not current price no more, engineer, no mum, I'm a prophet, you know, they will retain it in this country, I'm finding in South Africa. Say, your mind, your dream, can you say as some question on what country? Because you cannot go to any foreign, your friend say, another dispensation. Now, we can't your business. We are profit at the end of the year, no. Now, what's the profit in your now to go room? Besides Ghana, for more America, UK, anywhere, say, so with me, only big company. Now, we are profit, whether they will allow you to push all the money back to Ghana. Nobody will allow you. Yeah. Because Sikano must be in circulation for a very long time. About 3 years ago, me know on the other platform. Me can say, yen shisha mra ukruma say, foreign companies back kruma, na omba ye business is no munya profit na. We should make a law say a certain percentage of that money should stay in this country for a particular year, and I said some months. So because as long as the money is in circulation, it boosts the economy. But yen sa MTN ba ye no the call, ShopRite ba no the call. Absa, but South Africa, we don't have companies that want to this Cabrain. Jesus Redeemer Church, Savior, Salvation, Salsim, Hununa, they call South Africa and America. They come here, they open ShopRite and then as for making huge sums of money. Now, I'm what they call. And the finance minister called parliament, about GDP Ghana across 1 trillion a year, boy, and some, I said GDP, no, said, was any woman. GDP na yembon kafuno and crying yajuman yet, uncro for still a here for. And so on as for our basic amenities, you don't have it. But what provide the platform are these people are just harnessing your fans say marketing strategies will be just to make money and they repatriate everything. We need to learn as people. So for them to point out we are going to retain a certain percentage of our money here. It tells us it's something we should have thought about it and done long time ago, so that thing will not be their bargaining power. And they are not bargaining power because elsewhere that is what they are doing. No serious country anywhere will allow you. Yes, a free market space and a operate in a liberal environment, but come do the business, but don't take the money away at once. Because MTN banner by not only sika we not sell this profits in South Africa. Or no CD would do to go and top here. So they will change the money to dollars. I know the day Usika now was over home was seen as the cost. So I know the day one winner and I say well lose. Exactly. But and you know there be a GDP kafu but Ghana you know here. And I must say one of the metrics I assess human development. Human development index. I know how we see why I better check it. Literacy level, economic well-being, or lifespan, and then as a form, for average Ghanaian, not such an access business, the human development index. Don't use the GDP because the GDP will give you a very gross overview of the economy. Both Nippon, no, foreigners. Your friends say, at the end of the day, they take their money away. So I think that these are some of the things that we need to do for DSTV. You know, some of these things. Now, the way start here. I stand with Sam George. Okay. Because the pricing disparities, it was so huge, especially when no sensible explanation has been offered. Yeah, I understand we are operating a free market space. I will be a win determine will be so to see the price and as a form. But you see, some of these arrangements, we need to have such discussions, such bargaining way. Who said Ghana for yen short change your more and a Ghana for Ghana Mutiano and outrageous said yes in recent times. But you see, because this company is a multinational company, our branches elsewhere, whenever you are engaging them, you have to be very tactful, very circumspect, and very diplomatic in your approach. Some of these things and your social media, your friends are public square, your corner, and I'm a winner, I'm a loser. There are no winners, there are no losers in this whole thing. And you're Ghana for making sure say we get a proper testing for them. So I think the course of social media could have happened. Back door. Yes, because you see, and Nehemiah happened behind the scenes in governance, a such and they happen within the scene. Because the very moment you bring it up on a social media like this, the company will make sure that we don't get bullied. Because the very moment we are bullied, other countries are going to use the same approach. So you cow down to whatever pressure be with them, then Benin will start the same thing because Ghana because when we started it, we cited example that happened in Nigeria that got them to back down. And so we are using another approach, social media banter. Then Benin will also adopt similar tactics. By the time I realize now company no good, and no serious company will back down. And untina because Enra minister the statement about one thing. And for me, I think that is a win, whichever way you see it. And can you sign on sign this statement about want to say a promotion?
Yes.
The normal as you didn't plan who fell. Why can't you say a promotion? Then later they bring another statement saying yes, I know more kind of a promotion. Just say some kind of way. I don't know because they are enjoying what is happening. Because publicity now granted for them for free. You understand? So I think next time some of these approaches, we need to be very tactful, modest, and then your choice of words, that kind of way you're toning it down because through diplomacy and we can achieve a lot. But when it comes public like this, now nobody wants to be embarrassed in public. So what didn't say Muna the coffee now coaching anymore behind the scenes but the very moment we did public and in for 4 students and we didn't attempt one day be but nobody wants to be embarrassed in public for what I say. So I think such a negotiation, a larger part of it, should happen behind the scenes. Now, outcome should be communicated to people, and people will only. And then a lot of MPP we are also taking on to the other side. As he said, they are seeking to ridicule this whole thing because the very moment you do some of these things, you invite in other people to also do politics and so forth. But in all that aside, I think there is a good fight. I will take it upon himself because you see, governance, leadership, politics, it's all about seeking the welfare of the people. You understand? So at any point in time, say, or might be like your friend saying $35. That's a Ghana 8 over 89. I think that we need to come in and ask all the relevant questions. If they have reasonable justification, we are sure that DSTV provide it. But running around it means that they didn't have any explanation for it. You understand? So I think that Ghanaians were being shortchanged. And it's good the minister saw it and came in. Negotiated. Yes, you may disagree with his approach, but I think it's a good cause, and other people should also learn. But for me, it's not about the minister, it's not about DSTV. It is but a significant number of people are on the app fooling from morning to evening. A display near my display. No serious app will allow you to show those things, nude pictures, sex pictures, and so forth. And obit me to try the sex pictures, no a kaboom, not a your friends say exactly. And some of these things are happening. There are Quabraneti or no friend my life now see you who know including the panties and everything. Not yet is my way home. I think the communication minister will have to look at TikTok and look at how I able to me I review or control some of the content. Me, I am not against any app. But Neemana air cost honor, we need to be very careful and make sure say Neema yam no consuming the future that lies ahead are very dangerous. We cannot sit here and hide behind some of these things and say, no, there are those who are using it for good, but I think that other people are. So I'm for using it to fight their depression. Things will be about it, and will be our life. It's fine. So I think we have a lot to do, and I think that he has to avail his mind to some of these critical areas because you see the social fabrics of our society, face a mortal threat in our country, and morals in your mind will be. The moral fabric and the moral foundation of our society has been torn apart. There is nothing to be proud of as a Ghanaian. And the churches that are supposed to teach values, that are supposed to teach principles, and now by magic, professor, human or sorry them. Nobody is teaching active values anymore. And it's a fasting your social fabrics together as a country. A time will come. There will be no you to take anything. So I think that way, another President Kolanchi way, the cyber security way, no our way, and he made a lot of your friends a very nice statement. And I think that young committed to some of these things, your freedom of whatever. But I think we need to be very moderative in our way just to ensure things we are pulling out for people to watch, a better idea, a bit me, a better in line with our culture and where we want to go as a country. Now, because so what you are now in America, Tennessee, who said TikTok, the algorithm I feed America for the Neemana or show to them near Neemana as or kid. Then they gave them ultimatum: either you sell the company to us or we ban you. Back and forth, and then Oko America, TikTok America has been bought from Dance Byte. We are the owners, and then it's owned by Americans. The back end access everything, so they are going to decide which content they show to their people. Okay. You understand? So we may not have the money to buy TikTok Ghana, but I'm sure, sir, we need to have this. I'm not mentioning other apps. Yes, it's a Munukoso, but TikTok is worse. It's worse. So I'm urging the minister and the government to say, I'm for money from now. I don't say money is so more threatening president near best near base. I TikTok so I think we need to be very moderative in our approach and sure say some of these things, we straighten it.
All right, Nelson was say biya volume no man okay admission volume no na Nelson increase also phone no na yen sha de Shawal no was say okay where is Listo one and Akusi Poku so the assembly Steven Joe say please also we will summon him to God. Ebenezer Mokto say Miss Ivan please welcome back. How are you doing? You will be my lawyer because I will see you class media soon. Hey, Ebenezer Nyabosrewa na yenu ntesa. Oscar Yabua, or see Innocent. Good morning. Wajo, so Stephen Joe, or see Innocent. Good morning. Where is Brasolo? Will be sent as if you who and the assembly critical. Benjamin so or show free Kuwait and also watch here. Good morning. But your mon check volume no mame na Nelson so check your phone no mame. All right, enti. Baby, I yet in the Yafa way and to us once and a call. Okay. Beef na I start say a war a wooden move for no. I know I was wanting wood and I'll do them. All right, Innocent. I think 3 days ago, video no me who over the weekend, okay. But I think 3 days ago, Yana GS a key decision on it. My KNUST Senior High School assistant headmaster open Ketwade. Enti wakofa akwada ketwa je se wutimu se wone na twempena bum enya asem ketwa miemi akwada ya na we akwada no mom na etwa selfie no owe adarase na ona no otwa selfie na headmaster no so feeling enti the whole issues surrounding this thing. Emma, is it people na okotena Adum TV guys?
I think so. Wabepacho.
I
see he was taken out of contest.
Ever since I'm not Fede no when you can't mean one question as I don't make his comment. So on the video na na concession I say a 2 adult
16 years I could adult.
Just I mean you know what